Alright, I want to do this just right. Wait, no! No! I fucked it up! I'm never gonna get that achievement. Welcome back, one and all. My name is Tilaic, and we're here again with some more Spyro. Last time, we had finished off our little magic realm. We beat up the little tornado guy, and we made our way over here. We cleared out all the freaking little Poombas running around everywhere, and we got the mushrooms, which gave us a little secret achievement and everything, and we're really just enjoying the majesty of this really beautiful swamp. Because holy crap, it just looks so good. And I really want to be able to like fly over to that little witch hat. It looks pretty cool. But nonetheless, we're here. We're going to go ahead and start our first level. And get on through. I saw that tree pop into existence. Ooh, chicken. Ooh. No skydiving. But no! Man, that sign is just so tempting, though. It looks like there's stuff down there. Probably just more death, but you know. Alright, let's check the book real quick. We want to make sure that we're getting all the stuff. So, in case you guys hadn't noticed, I went back and collected a bunch of skill points in the areas that we've already done, as well as achievements and things. Okay, so for this village, we gotta make sure that we don't get shocked by the electric floor. So, 0 deaths. You can't touch this. Alright. And that did not work at all. Let's go. Okay. And so, by the way, if you collect all the skill points, like I have the first page of them done, you unlock the art books. Which are pretty cool. It just shows you like concept art for the new models of characters and things. And it showed you all the bosses. So, we've already seen everything up to Nasty Nork. So I don't really know what the second page will include. But yeah. If you all want to see it, you're gonna have to buy Spyro. That's me. Well, I suppose I could fly down from here. But it's just not as satisfying if you don't fly directly past the sign that says no flying. Ooh, there's another sign now. Is there an achievement for it? No, but that'd be funny. Ooh, can't get me. Alright, come on, baby. Nailed it. Alright. Oh, they made this look really cool. It's like little water things now. Oh, jeez. Savage. Alright. So one of the things that I was realizing when I was away from this game the other day is as far as we've gotten all the way up to this point where we're in the Beastmaster zone, we had, oh, I don't remember where it said it, but it said that we had about 3 hours in the game. Oh, they killed the chickens. And, I mean, that made sense. Like, we kind of blow through these levels pretty quickly, you know, they're kind of small, kind of easy. I've also done them a million times. And so it made sense that there was only a few hours in this game, but then I realized that we are probably like 65% of the way through this game. Which means that altogether the game is maybe like 5 hours. And it just amazes me how far games have actually come. Because, you know, a lot of games that were out in this PS1 era were like this. You know, they were between like 5 to 10 hours.
Watch out, Spyro. The Norks in these pods have discovered the power of electricity, and it really stings.
And so in order for these kinds of games to provide a larger amount of gameplay, you had to use your imagination and create your own situations. So you would take a level like this, you would beat the level, clear it completely out, and then you'd be coming back to it and running through it over and over and over again. Just pretending that you're an ogre or something along those lines. You know, just and because you're just a little kid, you just do that, you know. Ah, damn it! I gotta hope that doesn't count. Damn. So you're just doing your own thing. And it adds time, so you end up playing this game for weeks or months, or what say you, just because you're running around pretending to do this and that. But in reality, when you just run through the game and just go for all the gold and just beat the game, you do it in, like, really short amount of time. And, you know, as the sequels and stuff came out, they added ways to make it longer by adding collectibles and things like that, but it just really shows how games like this relied on imagination to make them worth playing. Well, I don't want to say that. They're not worth playing. They're absolutely worth playing. I'm not really sure what I was trying to say. I'm not really sure what I'm trying to do here either. There we go. Alright. Because again, I'm trying not to get shocked. I don't know, but as games progressed and things went to newer consoles and a 5-hour game turned into a 10-hour game, turned into a 15-hour game, turned into like modern 200 plus hours of side quests and what say you. You know, it takes away the need for imagination to make a game longer, but it didn't necessarily, for all games, take away the ability to do that. Like, you could take a game like maybe one of the Elder Scrolls games or something where you're trying to fulfill a role as a character, and you could run around and play and whatnot as that character in that game, but it feels less, I don't know, it's a game like that because it's so oriented to be like real life, it's less fun to do that, I would say.
Good job, Spyro. One day you'll be able to tell all the dragons about your amazing adventures.
Sure, but what I'd really like to do is get out of this swamp.
He's so sad. Oh jeez. Got a lot of lives now, too. I don't know. I guess that's all I'm really trying to say is just I had a lot of imagination with these games growing up, and I'd always pretend to be certain things, and so I've spent hours upon hours in these games and just never really realized you could beat them in, you know, 5 hours or so. When we get into the second one and the third one, I don't think it'll be nearly this quick to finish because you have to go around collecting orbs and dragon eggs and all those things. And like this game has its collectibles, but because you don't have any abilities, you get them all kind of right away. Like I'm 100%ing everything as I go through for the first time. Woo. But you can't do that with. Oh jeez, you can't do that with these other games. But I am still obsessing over how beautiful. Look at that shade of green. Like, what even is that? And there's like that yellow lime in the background. It's like mixed with like rainbows and the half moon and oh my lord. Just looks so good. I got zapped, but I didn't get zapped by any of the floors. Oh, there's still more floors left. What's that? Skill point! Alright. Yeah. No electric floor damage. So let's see. 3 fireworks. I think we messed up being able to do 3 fireworks because I believe there were 3 fireworks on the log when we were going around killing Pumbaa. That I kind of did the whole light one and then run away because I thought it was going to be a chain reaction, and then it wasn't, and then I lit the other 2 and they did chain react, and then I was really sad because I wanted all 3 to chain react. Yeah, I think that was where we were supposed to get that achievement, and we fucked it up. So we just gotta kind of hope we run across that again someday so that we can get it, because those don't come back. Money, 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 money. Hop! Whatever even happened to the kind of imagination you had as a kid, you know? Like, you could do that. You could run around and be like, I'm a dragon! And then you're just like, that's all. You know, nothing special, but you just run around for hours pretending. And then you just grow up and then it doesn't happen anymore. You just don't. Alright, so it's 15 seconds, and these aren't the same kind of fireworks, but I mean, these are still technically fireworks, so. Oh no! Oh no! God dang it. We'll see if this gets it. Okay, I thought for sure I could charge jump that. This is me and my impatience causing me to waste even more time. Jump. Up. Whoop. Whoop. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Whoop. Alright, I want to do this just right. What? No! No! I fucked it up! I'm never gonna get that achievement. My impatience kills me. Because the shitty thing about it is if I don't get that achievement, I have to replay half of the entire game just to get back to the point where there's, you know, fireworks. Which, I mean, to a degree I'm fine with, but at the same time, I've never been the kind of person that likes to play a game twice in a row. Or watch a movie twice in a row or anything like that. Like, if I've already played it and I've already seen it, I have to wait a long time before I do it again. It has to be something really ridiculously awesome for me to want to play it a second time in a row. Or something that's just different every time you play it. Like, you can play a sandbox game, one where there's no real goal, and you can have fun with it. Like, you could play 7 Days to Die, or you could play Minecraft, or, you know, or Fallout, and all these different things, because you can go around building stuff. And so while there may not be anything real calling about any quests that are in the game, because you've already done them, there is the fun of just building stuff over and over again, because you build different things in different places, and you have a lot of fun with that. You can do that over and over again. That's why I have so many hours in games like that. But a game like this, or a game like Final Fantasy or something like that, where you run through it and it's very linear and you beat it and you do it, you have to wait a long time before you can do it again. Or at least I do. The same goes for like a movie. If I watch a movie, I've seen the movie, I watched it all the way through, and then I'm just like, yeah, this is where the fireworks were, and I fucked it up. I don't know, I'm done with it, you know? I have to wait a long time before I see it again. Probably my greatest example is the Chronicles of Riddick. Easily one of my favorite series of all time. I do really like Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel is great. Love the Riddick series. And I could watch the Riddick series a lot. And for me, a lot is like 6 months apart. And it's been quite a while since I've seen those movies anyway, so I could rewatch those one of these days. Hi, Rena, what are you doing? Alright, this is the level that I thought that other level was going to be. Smoosh. Ah, this song. We got the chicken out. Just have to look around a little bit and appreciate how freaking beautiful this is. Now, the spider level freaked me out as a little kid, but this one also freaked me out because of these guys. Because they were kind of black, brown, and, you know, polygonal and everything as a little kid, they kind of blended in, but kind of not. Oh, I didn't think I'd make it on that. Anyway, they kind of blended in, they kind of not, so you didn't quite see them all the ways, and so they would surprise you and get you, and then those guys I thought were the butterfly critters, despite the fact that there's chickens over there, and they would frick the crap out of you. And I don't know, I died in this level a lot just because of the long gliding distances into the swamp, these guys with their giant tongues. Ooh. Woo! Oh. It's a hard level. Which I think is why it gives you so many extra lives. Excuse me. Oh, then these guys do. Man, you guys still freak me out. I don't really know what happened to this game after the first one, though.
Be on the lookout for attack frogs. They are cold-blooded killers.
Attack frogs?
And this used to be such a nice swamp.
Yep, attack frogs. But yeah, and I want to say the same goes for Crash Bandicoot. Like, after the first game, they made it... and it's kind of weird to think about because you are a kid, but they made it more kid-oriented. Woo! There we go. And it's like, as a kid, it was annoying to see things become kid-oriented because as a kid, you don't actually want to necessarily play kids' games. You like... I don't know, you like things to be left alone. You like the art to be what the artist wanted it to be. You don't like seeing things become censored. And so, you saw that with Crash Bandicoot when they took Tana, the female Bandicoot, and she just disappeared after the first game. Supposedly, that was because people were complaining about how she was too sexualized and things, and that it's a kid's game, and that shouldn't be in a kid's game, or this or that, or whatever, and it's like, who cares? Like, at the end of the day, it's the dude's girlfriend, you know? It's like, I don't know, and it's also a fictional character. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there are things about it that probably could have been different, but at the same time, it fit with the ebb and flow of the time. Like, it's understandable, like, today to maybe... I don't know, it was hard to understand because at the same time, like, it was just a bunch of polygons, you know? And it's like, how can you sexualize something that's a triangle? I don't know. And, like, it's different with this game, though, because it was just the feel of the game. Like, everything here is, like, incredibly deadly looking and scary, and, like, there are guns and swords and knives and things that are out to get you. Ow. Frick me. But when you go to the second and the third games, uh-oh. Things feel more kidified. And I understand that they had to add more story element, kind of, to make the game longer. But things didn't feel the same. Like, the monsters were less frightening because it's like, ooh, it's the Rhinox. And, like, this one's a ninja.
Thanks
this
for
one's
releasing
a
me.
lab
It seems like I've been
assistant or
trapped in
something.
here since I was your age.
Oh no.
Why? I remember.
Gotta go.
I don't know, like, Glimmer is a great example. Like, everything is more cartoony, more goofy, less serious. Things don't feel like they matter as much because everything's less serious. It's weird to explain, but Crash kind of was in the same way. Like, they had enemies that were... like, they had guns and bombs and things like that, and then that stuff just kind of disappeared for the most part because they decided that it just wasn't kid-friendly enough. And in my eyes, like, why not? There's nothing unfriendly about any of those things. Like, if anything, it just teaches people that things like that are dangerous. I don't know. It seemed like a whole lot of censorship to me. Like, an artist should be able to make what he wants to make, regardless of anything. It's his craft. That's why another thing that bothered me was when people were complaining about the Ratchet and Clank. Oh, what? Apparently you got me. People were complaining about the Ratchet and Clank remake when they remade it for the PS4 and this graphics. People were complaining that it just wasn't kid-friendly enough, and I'm like, why should it be? It's the remake. I mean, when you really think about it, the original Ratchet and Clanks weren't designed towards a kid audience. They were designed towards like a pre-teen and a teen audience. Because guess what? Older people play games. And that's why it was the way it was. Like, Ratchet and Clank is a space exploration. You go from planet to planet and you have a million guns, and it's all about being badass. Like, Jak and Daxter was the same way. It's all about being a badass. Whereas these games, it's about being the hero, because kids like heroes and teens like being badass. And then they remade the game, and they made the little movie with it and everything, which was really good. I liked it a lot, both the game and the movie. I thought that was a really nice touch. I like when games do that. I liked when Final Fantasy 15 came out with their movie as well, and I got it all as like a pack. It was really cool. I like stuff like that. And then people were complaining all over the place. It's like it got a lesser review.
For releasing me.
It got a lesser review than it should have, because people were complaining, like random soccer moms and shit were complaining. It's like, this isn't kid friendly. And like, it's not supposed to be. It's a game about guns and space exploration. Like, if you got rid of these things, it wouldn't be the story that it is. And the remake of this game was not designed to make your kids happy. I'm 80% certain that the remake of this game was oriented towards the people that played the game already, which means that everybody who the game was oriented towards was probably in their 20s. So no, it's not designed to be your idea of kid-friendly, because it wasn't targeted towards your kids. And on top of everything, if you don't think a game is kid-friendly enough, don't fucking censor the artist. Just don't let your kid play the game. You're a parent, you're supposed to have control. If you don't have control over your own family, it's not my fault. Well, it's not the artist's fault. Or anybody else's. So you can't go around censoring crap, you just turn it off. I don't know. Random rant. Don't mind me. I get pissed off at things. Doesn't change the fact that this freaking game is beautiful. And clearly, on top of everything, clearly those issues must have been resolved for them to be able to remake the game and have it be just as, if not more so, violent than the originals, because they reuse the same assets in higher graphics. Like, clearly those issues must have been resolved, otherwise they would have been complaining about the remakes. But as far as I can tell, nobody's complaining, so why were you complaining the first time if you're not going to complain the second time? Don't mind me, I'm just a dragon shooting fire. Uh-oh. Bubba! Gonna keep my drink cold?
I'll tell you what to do with those creatures. Smash them, Spyro. Stamp them out and squish them and squash them.
How about charge them and flame them? We are dragons, after all.
Ting! You got it, buddy. Swell. That was the other cool thing about this too, is in later levels you have kind of hidden things like this that, I mean, with the lack of foliage and stuff, I guess was technically easier to see in the original game, but like, you always felt so accomplished when you found things like this, because the only way to really find stuff like this is to do as I said and just beat the level and then go back through it and just run around and pretend to be whatever, and then you come across secret paths like this. And you're just like, whoa, I'm a genius, I've discovered new worlds. Oh, what did I get hit by? I don't know, and you felt so good about it. And there we are. Beat the deadly killer swamp with only one death. 2 deaths, 1 death. 2 deaths, 1 death. I'll go with 1 death. And we're up and out of here. Oh wait, what? What? Died on his own accord. Alright. Alright, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to go ahead and end it here. I hope you guys are enjoying. Sorry about my little rant. Leave a like if you are. Let me know how I'm doing in the comments.